Good evening, greetings, and welcome from inside the MacArthur Center. The Eckerd College Tritons with a major Sunshine State Conference showdown, welcoming in the fourth-ranked team in the nation, the University of Tampa Spartans. UT coming in 14-1, 7-1 in the SSC. Eckerd 12-4, 4-4 in conference. Dropped the first meeting between these two teams by a 3-0 mark over across the Howard Franklin Bridge in Tampa. It's now time we will pause and honor our nation with the playing, or rather singing, of the national anthem. The national anthem concludes inside the MacArthur Center. We're moments away from the opening serve between the Tritons and the Spartans. I'm Nate March. You're watching the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Eckerd is 6-1 on their home court this season, and hoping some home cooking can help them pull off a stunning upset over the defending national champions. What more can you say about the program that Tampa has had and has been built under head coach Chris Katnack? 38 years at the helm, 4 national titles over the last 15 years. An exceptionally talented group, year in and year out, and this team no exception as they are battling with Barry atop the conference. Eckerd started off the season red hot. Tampa was the first team to deal them a defeat, cooled them off to some extent. It's been a bit of a back and forth stretch since then for the Tritons, looking to seize momentum with an upset tonight and surge down the stretch of the season. For the Spartans, they are led statistically in points per set, kills per set, and aces per set by Callie Kors, a St. Petersburg native. Kors wound up completing her high school career at Osceola High School. She's a 6'1" freshman outside hitter. Defensively, Claudia Rivera, the senior libero from Garabo, Puerto Rico, anchors the defensive efforts for the Spartans. And of course, for the Tritons, Joelle Coulter, the top statistical returner from last season after missing the very beginning of this year, has come on strong, leading the team in points and kills per set. Kristen Garrison, one of the top setters you will find in the conference, averaging more than 10 assists per set. And Ashley Eck, the libero, leads the team in aces and digs. Callie Schoening has emerged for the Tritons this season also as a force defensively, a sophomore from Eugene, Oregon. And she has paired with Anna Young-Johan and Coulter on some pretty dynamic play up front. Demaya Joyner also has had a strong year as a hitter for the Tritons. It's a teal out tonight. A little bit hard to tell from our broadcast position as most of the student section is found underneath our cameras. But fans all over this side of the gym, adorned in teal, a good contingent on both sides of the gym from Tampa as well. Tritons, as they are announced by our in-house PA announcer, John Armstrong, each tossing additional teal shirts into the stands. The Tritons open the season with 9 consecutive wins before dropping 4 straight matches. Now we're on a 3-match losing streak, albeit with those 4 losses and the 3 wins, also featured a break in the middle after the first win that snapped the losing streak with 3 matches postponed, including this one, which was to be October 4th. Hurricane Ian bumping it to tonight, the 11th. So again, an up and down season. Tritons hoping that their recent victories represent a surge, and proof of concept would be an upset or at least a highly competitive showdown tonight. Tritons in their home whites with the blue shorts. Tampa in their road reds with the black shorts. Tampa to serve first. Rivera, the libero, dressed in white. Ashley Eck is the libero for the Tritons. And sorry, it's actually Eckerd, who's got first service to get the match underway. Stella Antipa. Antipa sends it back row middle. An attack from the right side, wide, and the Tritons grab the first point in set 1. In short order. The attack by Emily No, sailing wide. Or actually, Mackenzie Dufresne. Antipa again. Push, knocked back onto the Tampa side by Young Johan. There's an attack, a difficult dig, and it falls on the Eckerd side to even the score 1-1. First service for Tampa, Tess Schranger. Schranger sends it across into the back row and smashed wide from the near side. The attack for Young Johan from right to left. Tampa takes a 2-1 lead. Schranger's serve is a dandy, and it is not returned. It gets to the top of the net and wouldn't sneak over. Antipa on the diving attempt. So Tess Schranger's third straight serve, again, nearly grazes the net on the way over. Will not get her second straight ace. The attack comes from Callie Coors. She picks up the kill. It's 4-1 Tampa. Tampa size all over the floor. And that is another bump that is passed too far toward the net, carries over and is dunked right back down. 5-1 Tampa. Head coach Michelle Piantadosi Lima in her 11th season at the helm of the Tritons. Schranger, another serve. Eck, here's a pass to the far side, and too long. Coulter hits it wide, out the near side. 6-1 Tampa. After the quick point to start, Tampa broke serve, and now a run of 5 straight service points for Schranger. There's a dump attack by Garrison. And just underneath it was Eck. Triton's able to stay alive momentarily, but a big smash and kill coming from Haley Dillon. Seven 1 Tampa. Floating toward Antipa. Coulter, that time collects the kill. And a young Johan to serve with Tampa ahead, 7-2 over Eckerd. Rivera had a really nice pass to start that attack for Tampa. A block attempt at the net to the far side. Coulter comes at it again. Tampa somewhat unsettled. And a kick save attempt by Rivera does not pan out. Claudia Rivera went to the ground to try to prevent that kill, but the Tritons will hold service for young Johan. Rivera with the first touch. That kill, tic-tac-toe for Dillon. 8-3. Mackenzie Dufresne serving. 8-3 Spartans over the Tritons. Back row middle, Antipa plays it first. Course wide. Tritons being doubled up 8-4 to this point. Garrison, the setter to serve. No with a back set and a beauty. Set everything up as if it was coming to the near side. Backward set for Dillon to take a nice angled attack. Gentle, but well placed. 5-point lead for the Spartans. And a chance for an ace here, countered by the Tritons. Bit of a miscommunication by the Spartans. Coors, able to get it across. Killed! Nyla Muscovin. Coulter to serve, 9-5 Tampa. Coulter gives herself a long runway, almost toward the back of her own bench. Back row left. Hit by Eck, by Garrison, and a strong attack for Kaylee Schoening. Tritons back to within 3. Coulter leaps into action again. Block back! Tritons receiving a bench warning, encroaching onto the court. They have come back to within 2. A 3-0 run for Eckerd. That pass floating. Knocked over on a single hit. Rivera, no. And the kill in the middle for Tatiana Lyons. Makes it 10-7. gentle, well-placed attack finds its way down, and Core's first round of service is broken immediately by the Tritons. Schoening off, young Johan on, Eckerd to serve. Eck with a low laser. Hit from the far side. Garrison a one-handed set. And the pass carried too far, but Antipa was able to push it across. Antipa coming on the attack for the kill. Brings the Tritons to within one in set one. It's 10-9 Tampa. Served by Eck, her counterpart Rivera. And the kill collected by Natalie Perez. 11-9 Tampa, Rivera to serve. Antipa. Defended well. Perez. Wide. Eleven 10. Nikki Bechtold on. Bechtold in serving. Sends it floating across. Near side, attack by Schranger. In the middle, young Johan for Eckerd. That is an absolute smash by Mackenzie Dufresne. 12-10. Hard fought first half thus far. Antipa. Hit has to get it over. And does not. Unsettled situation and a mishit by Haley Dillon. 12-11. Antipa to serve. Sends it right up the far sideline. And the whistle didn't blow initially, but the Tritons' heroic efforts to try to keep that ball alive went wanting. Tess Schranger collects the kill. 13-11, teams just trading points back and forth here in set one. Ball skims the net on the way over. And Coulter has her attack blocked back. (14-11), Tampa in front. Served to Antipa. Young Johan's attack. Spinning wildly off the block attempt. Garrison, nope. A palming violation against the Tritons. Tampa's lead back up to 4 at 15-11. Antipa's pass carries too far. She turns into the setter for Coulter. Rivera to her knees. No sets. Coors attacks. It's blocked back. No again. Back for Coors. And Antipa reaching over Eck. And neither one able to handle the attack by Coors. Third kill for Callie Coors. Timeout called by Eckerd. It is 16-11 Spartans. We'll take a short break on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
Thank you to preferred partner of Eckerd Athletics, Cora Physical Therapy. For more information and to achieve a healthier you, visit coraphysicaltherapy.com, where patients with orthopedic problems, work-related injuries, sports injuries, and various neuromuscular and neurological conditions are always treated right. Thank you to preferred partner of Eckerd Athletics, Domino.
Tampa leading by 5 in set 1, 16-11, and the Spartans holding on to service. Coulter, her attack blocked back. Garrison is able to dump it over, barely. (16-12). Young Johan serves. Rivera with the first touch. And a deflection off of Eckerd on a soaring push attack at the net by Dillon. 17-12. Dufresne serves. Eck with the first touch. Garrison goes on the attack. Here's Coors pushing for that back corner, too long. Interesting thought and nearly a successful one for Coors. Muscovin back in. Garrison serving. And Coors able to blast the ball through the Triton's wall. 18-13. Spartans, as we suspected, well, not even suspected, as we knew would be the case, they run deep, sub-frequently, fresh legs always. Garrison, Muscovin, and a panic decision by Schranger. Looked like that attack would sail long at the last second. She made a half-hearted attempt to lunge at it and wound up deflecting the ball out the back as the Tritons take back service. Here's Coulter. Back row middle to Rivera. The block sends it back onto Tampa's side. And it is wide on the attack by Natalie Perez. Tritons bring it to within 3. Dillon and Coors each have 4 kills. Muscovin has 3 for Eckerd. Coulter's serve. Rivera to her knees to get her fists underneath it. Eck has to turn into the setter here. And Tipa had the attack for the Tritons. And another dandy of an attack from the pole. This time it's Coors over on the far side, directing the ball down. 19-15. Coors taking service. And that's too long on the attack. Schoening couldn't keep it in the box. It's 20-15. Eck. Here's Antipa. Tampa on a mad scramble. Gets it back across. Garrison on the back set. Shoved over by Muscovin. Another strong Tampa attack. Schoening went right after it. Coulter's hit. Dunked down at the net. Eckerd was able to get it up and over but wide. 21-15. An exciting volley with several good plays on each side. Coors serves again. An ace on an error receiving it. Eck Mishandles the serve, a 7-point lead. Tampa closing in on a set 1 win. Timeout Eckerd on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams, discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Out of the timeout, 22-15, Tampa leading, trying to close out a set 1 win. Kelly Kors is serving for Tampa. There's a big strike. Muscovin's second kill of the set for the Tritons, her fourth, I meant to say, to bring it to 22-16. She's hitting .667 in this first set. Eckerd down a half dozen, and just a wave and a whiff. Don't see that often. Tatiana Lyons took her eye off the ball. Pass was a bit low for her anyway. At that arm angle, I don't think she could have hit the ball over. Just wound up missing everything. Eck, the back right corner. Eck picks up an ace. She leads the team in those. 22-18, Tritons aren't done. This is a point for Tampa. Here's Rivera with a sinking serve into the back row middle. Antipa's attack blocked back and down. Brings up set point for the Spartans. A looping serve into the back row middle. Errantly hit. And set 1 goes to the Spartans, 25-18. We'll take a short break and be back with set number 2 when we get back on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
Thank you to preferred partner of Eckerd Athletics, Cora Physical Therapy. For more information and to achieve a healthier you, visit coraphysicaltherapy.com, where patients with orthopedic problems, work-related injuries, sports injuries, and various neuromuscular and neurological conditions are always treated right. Thank you to preferred partner of Eckerd Athletics, Domino's on 34th Street South. For pizza, wings, pasta, salad, and sandwiches, think Domino's, just a mile from campus on 34th Street South. And when you're in the stands at Triton games, don't forget to cheer on the Domino's in-game promotion to receive one free pizza.
Here, our mission is to move you, to challenge your thoughts, to keep you paddling onward. No bricks and ivy, but sun and sand, where learning happens everywhere, even here. A home for the adventurous, the doers, the free thinkers, and the best friends. Where we push you to become a better citizen, problem solver, creator, for the careers of today and new ones on the horizon.
We have there and the relationships I've built is something like I wouldn't be.
Set number 2 between the Spartans and the Tritons here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Set 1 going to Tampa, 25-18. Callie Kors with 5 kills for Tampa. Eckerd led by Nyla Moscovin's 4 kills. Joelle Coulter had to play very well defensively with 5 digs. Many of them coming along the back line. She also was one of the more effective servers for the Tritons. Emily No serving for UT. Antipa with the first touch on it. Garrison sets it up. Sent across wide. So Moscovin, another successful attack for Eckerd. Sklepik serving for Eckerd. Big block deflected. Schoening. Tremendous power at the point of attack to turn the ball back onto the Tampa side. Agata Sklepik. Outside hitter from Poland. Rivera with the first touch for Tampa. Delivered across by Haley Dillon. And a well-placed attack. Might not have even been intentional by Moscovin. She was starting to come down, just had to push it over and caught the blockers on their way down. They sort of brought the ball down with them. 3-0 Eckerd. Sklepik, short middle. And Tampa breaks service. Schranger with the kill. Makes it 3-1, and Tess Schranger will serve for UT. Eck, Garrison, Moscovin, violation. 3-2. Schranger serves, tough angle there by Eckerd, just has to nudge it across and does. Coming back right to left with Schranger on the attack. Tritons turn it back onto the Tampa side. Another big-time play at the net. Schoening and Muscovin were both there. Looked like Schoening did the deed. Here is Eck. Four to Eckerd. Bump back toward the net. In! Wow, that is a snipe from left to right. Mackenzie Dufresne serving, looking to draw the Spartans even at 4-4. Muscovin. Young Johans hit well defended. Tampa nearly keeps it alive. But Eckerd instead collects the point and extends their lead to 5-3. Nikki Bechtold. That time long. 6-3. Eckerd doubling up Tampa in set 2 after the Spartans had taken the first set. There's a back set, a flat-footed attack. Young Johan! Deceptive timing for that attack to come out of the middle. 7-3 Eckerd. Bechtold serve is returned. Eckerd able to get it inside. The back line is Stella Antipa. Eckerd Sklepek had a good defensive play to start that sequence. It's 8-3 Eckerd. We'll take a break on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Eckerd out to a strong start in set 2, an 8-3 lead for the Tritons over 4th-ranked Tampa. There's a sinking serve by Nikki Bechtold, and Eck can't keep it on the floor. 8-4, Tampa takes back service. That was deflected last by Tampa. Antipa picks up the kill. Ball shot at Kelly Kors. Coors has 6 kills in the match, leading all hitters, but she also has 5 errors and is hitting just .056. 9-4 Spartans. Wow, what a heads-up play. Kristen Garrison bails out Antipa's pass that sailed too long toward the net, getting up to dunk it down, 10-4. Antipa continues to serve. Forearm bump. Good lunging defensive play. And another well-placed Triton's attack, Eckerd. Storming through the second set to this point, 11-4. Antipa switches sides for this serve. And makes another tremendous defensive play. This ball just has to be knocked over, and it is batted across. Blocked back onto the Tampa side. Deflection, that's off Eckerd. And Tampa secures a point on a kill by Natalie Perez. 11-5. Coors to serve. Nudged straight up into the air. Garrison goes for the attack. And nearly able to put it into the back left corner where it was unoccupied. Agata Sklepik. But it carried just a tad too long. 11-6 Eckerd over Tampa. And Tampa serving. This is Coors. Strong hit by Young Johan, but it is returnable. That is blocked back. Still returnable for Tampa. Perez, well defended. Garrison sets up in the middle. Just pushed across by Antipa. Antipa, another pass that carries quite a way. She defends the attack by Perez. And that is knocked over and down by Agata Sklepik. 12-6, Eckerd doubling up Tampa. Tampa took the first set, 21-18. Young Johan serving. Another long run of service and just a mishit there by Schoening. Rivera's serve really flutters to get across and then gets murdered. Agata Sklepik. 13-7. Served across by the Tritons, trying to extend their lead. Blocked back. There's a gentle attack that caught Sklepik off balance, went to the floor, couldn't get a hand under it. 13-8. Eckerd has had the momentum throughout this second set, but Tampa not letting them run away. Just takes one good run of service to get back in it. Emily No serving. Set in the middle, tailing back to the left for a kill by Moscovin. 14-8. blasted down. That is as clean of an offensive set as Tampa has had here in the second set. Mackenzie Dufresne coming up with the big kill. Tess Schranger serving with Tampa down 5 in the second set. Another kill, Moscovin, her 7th. Nyla Moscovin has 7 kills and 3 blocks. She's hitting .500 for the match. X serving, 15-9 Tritons. Long way to go for No on the set that time. Agata serves as the setter for this attack. This is going to be a tricky one. Core's attack is from 6 feet off the net. Moscovin with another strong hit. Has to turn around and play defense that time. That was Garrison, so she wasn't able to be the setter. Long! 16-9 Eckerd. Timeout Tampa. Eckerd up 16-9 in set 2. We'll be back in a moment on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
Here, our mission is to move you, to challenge your thoughts, to keep you paddling onward. No bricks and ivy, but sun and sand, where learning happens everywhere, even here. A home for the adventurous, the doers, the free thinkers, and the best friends. Where we push you to become a better citizen, problem solver, creator, for the careers of today and new ones on the horizon.
We have there.
(16-9) lead for the Tritons. Ashley X serving for Eckerd, 7-point lead. Rivera's first pass carries too far. Tampa just has to bump it along. Garrison, Moscovin lit that ball up. Tampa unsettled again as they get it across. But the defense able to turn back the attack of Agata Sklepik. You know, there has not been a service error for either team in this entire match. That is the level of play that we are seeing thus far. Both teams just locked in. That attack sails too long off the hand of Stella Antipa, and Tampa has climbed back to within 5 at 16-11. This is Coors serving. Young Johan able to get it off a blocker. And that was deflected at the net by Eckerd. Tampa has brought it back to within 4. Timeout Eckerd. At 16-12, Coach Piantaduce Lima decides to use her first timeout. We'll take a break on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
It's just different types of people, so just seeing the new faces every day, having different types of conversation, seeing people are from everywhere at Eckerd College.
I would say the environment, the community, like the people that I've met, It's just so awesome. Like, I know that after college, like, I'll have lifelong friends, and I don't think I'd be able to get that anywhere else.
(16-12) lead for Eckerd, but Tampa serving. Eck with the first touch on Core's serve, and young Johan breaks service of the Spartans to make it 17-12. Bechtel back in. Springing serve and attack right out of the middle. Tatiana Lyons taking service right back for the nation's number 14. (17-13), Triton's in front in set 2. Set 1 went to the Spartans, 25-18. Good block attempt by young Johan and Antipa. And this time not a successful one. That landed out. I was shielded from it, but saw the flag go up out of the corner of my eye. That went out, and the Spartans are back within 3. And a service ace brings UT within 2. There's the first service error of the match, and it comes at a perfect time for Eckerd. A serve from Zoe Seppet, sinking wide. 18-15, here's Antipa. And the net is an enemy that time. Schranger on the kill. 18-16. The net just killed all the momentum of the attack, and no one was positioned to defend it. This is going to be a tough return. Young Johan able to mount a good attack and force Tampa into a desperate assault of their own. Agata, Schleppik. And dump back down on the block. Young Johan and Schleppik. Young Johan serves it into the back row. Strong kill by Schranger. We haven't really seen Coulter much, if at all, in this second set for the Tritons, who lead 19-17, trying to draw even in the match. Claudia Rivera. Hit across by Schleppik. Schleppik again. Rivera. Schranger. Schleppik first touch. Garrison setting. Schleppik long. Oh no, it was deflected! Deflected by Tampa. The officials all looked at each other, and then the lead official signaled a deflection. Official down the line held up his hands. He wasn't sure. Rivera comes over to question. Coach Katnack not happy. 20-17. Garrison serving. Chance for the Tritons to return this after a vicious attack. Schranger got it. 20-18. The Spartans have already used both of their timeouts. Eckerd has one remaining. A potentially pivotal second set. Serve goes near to far. Pushed across by Moscovin. Eck diving, Agata setting, Moscovin hitting wide. And Tampa is within one. Emily No to serve. Eck receives it. Eck, another great defensive play. Out of the middle, Antipa pushes it over. Knocked into the middle, diving is Antipa. Bumped straight up into the air. Was that deflected? No, it was not. Eckerd, a critical point to get the lead back to 2 and take back service. Schoening was in position to go for the block and was able to avoid touching the attack that went wide. Received right along the line. Bumped up by Moscovin. Knocked across by Antipa. Wide long! Haley Dillon's attack sails long. Eckerd 22, Tampa 19. Agata Sklepik. Serving again. Trying to get the Tritons to the finish line in set 2. And that is just a perfectly placed attack. Antipa went to the ground. Just could not get down there. 22-20. Tess Schranger serving. Antipa indicating she may have slipped trying to defend that last attack. Polishes a spot on the floor. 22-20 with Schranger to serve for Tampa. Eckerd in front, trying to even the match at one set apiece. A service error. It goes out long. Second error for the Spartans in this second set. And now Eck to serve. Well defended. Eck turns into the setter. That ball sailing. Stayed in, kept in. Winds up being a tough attack. Moscovin floats it over. And Moscovin gets it to the ground again. Her 8th kill. The outside hitter from Detroit County High School. Moscovin having just a tremendous match, and now Eck can seal the second set. and does so with an ace. 25-20. Eckerd evens the match at 1 set apiece. You're watching the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
Thank you to preferred partner of Eckerd Athletics, Ferg Sports Bar and Grill. For 30 years, Ferg Sports Bar and Grill has been the official gathering spot for Tampa Bay Rays fans. Located in downtown St. Pete, Ferg's encompasses nearly 2 city blocks with both indoor and outdoor seating with live music. When watching your next Tampa Bay sporting event, check out Ferg's. Thank you to preferred partner of Eckerd Athletics, J. Harper Consulting. J. Harper Consulting is Florida's definitive network of vetted contractors serving insurance carriers and clients. For your next contracting project, check them out at jharperconsulting.com. Thank you to preferred partner of Eckerd Athletics, Novak & Powell. To achieve your financial life on better terms, think the financial service advisors of Novak & Powell at novakpowell.com. Novak & Powell helps from managing and preserving your wealth to leaving a legacy for your loved ones. Thank you to preferred hotel partner of Eckerd Athletics, Residence Inn. Experience a peaceful waterfront getaway at Residence Inn Tierra Verde. Located directly on the bay, the Residence Inn is a waterfront hotel just steps away from all your favorite St. Pete attractions. When booking your next St. Pete getaway, think Residence Inn.
A big reason why Eckerd succeeds on and off the court is because of the tremendous support we receive throughout the year. I want to thank the members of the Teal Society for your generous gifts to help fund our teams.
Even a small gift can go a long way to support our teams, such as scholarships, travel, uniforms, and many other things. Please consider joining our Teal and Steel Society today.
Visit EckerdTritons.com/give for more information. Thank you, and go Tritons!
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams, discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Welcome back to the MacArthur Center in St. Petersburg. Eckerd and Tampa even one set apiece. And now, the third set, of course, being the big swing set. Eckerd shifts back to the left end of the court. Tampa shifts over to the right side in their red. Welcome back inside the MacArthur Center. We apologize for the technical difficulties. It is 8-7 Tampa in the third set. Match is even one set apiece. And the Tritons have just drawn even in set three. Kelly Schoening with the big play at the net. 8-8. Anna Young-Johan serving for Eckerd. Sklepik on the attack. Dumped across by No. Short middle. Another well-placed soft hit from the middle of the floor. Ball has to be knocked over. Young-Johan passes over the top. That ball comes down on the Eckerd side. 9-8 in Tampa's favor. Tampa took the first set, 25-18. Eckerd took set two, 25-20. Tess Schranger is now leading the Spartans with 8 kills. Rivera. There's a dive by Antipa. Well-struck ball on the attack. Blocked back, but Tampa's defense, it's so good. Garrison finds an open spot. 9-9. Here comes Moscovin back on. That was just Garrison's third kill, but she does have 21 assists. Garrison serving, lines it right up the middle. And a violation on the set by Zoe Sepput. 10-9, Eckerd takes the lead in set three. Garrison sends a sinking liner at Rivera. A beautiful dig by Eck. Back in the right place again as that ball goes up into the rafters. Antipa pushes it across for Eckerd. Agata an underhanded set. Antipa another push attack, this time with two hands. And then Eckerd somehow gets it over. Long! Wow, what a volley! Tritons were on the cusp of what seemed like a hopeless double hit and managed to get it over. 11-9 Eckerd. And again, they have played this second and third set without Coulter. That is a violation there against the Tritons. 11-10. Sends service back over to Tampa. Again, Nyla Moscovin has been the story for Eckerd. 4 kills in each of the first 3 sets. Or rather, first 2 sets, I should say. There's a service error. That was by Callie Kors, who, by her standards, has not had as strong of a game as as strong of a match as you would typically see. Her kills are right there, but hitting a very low percentage. And the Tritons give the ball right back, committing their first service error. 12-11, Eckerd over Tampa. Claudia Rivera serving. Looped into the back row. And a kill. And Antipa collects it. Now here's Eck, who closed out set 2. Eck puts it into the back row. And that is hit long. Megan Schreck. 14-11, Eckerd in front. Eck serve. Deflected, returned, and in. It was deflected by a Triton anyway at the net, even if that had fallen outside of the line. 14-12. Emily No serving. Young Johan has the ball hit right back at her. This is going to be a scramble of a defensive drill. Antipa pushes the ball across. No. Sets up the attack from the outside. Sklepik on the dive. Attack by Antipa. Blocked. Recovered. And smashed off of Tampa. Kill number 10. Nyla Moscovin. Nikki Bechtel to serve. The Illinois native with a 15-12 advantage, puts it into the back row. Gets pushed right back. Antipa hits the rafters, has to be pushed over. Antipa again, deflected by Tampa. 16-12, Eckerd in front. Coach Katanak to his feet. He calls for time. 16-12, Eckerd by 4 and serving. When we return on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Middle stages of the third set of a match that is tied 1-1 between Eckerd and fourth-ranked national juggernaut, University of Tampa. Serve sent across by Bechtold. And the unaimed return from the diving libero, Ashley Eck, sails wide. Nothing she could do with that. 16-13. Tess Schranger to serve. That attack driven back. Tampa's got to get it across on this hit. Young Johan at the net, slams it off course. 17-13. Antipa serving for Eckerd. That is wide. A misaimed attack along the far side by Haley Dillon. Eckerd with a 5-point edge, 18-13 in set 3. Lofted across. Kors got it inside the back line. That's the sort of hit we expect to see from her in a big spot. Young Johan is up to 7 kills while hitting .375 for Eckerd. Battle at the net. Garrison has it pushed back at her. Sklepik batted back up onto the Eckerd side. Garrison with the back set. Young Johan wide. Tampa back to within 3 at 18-15. Sklepik's attack. Nudged back across. And a violation against Tampa. Called out on the far side. I initially couldn't tell where the whistle had come from. 19-15. Here's young Johan. And the kill for Lions for Tampa. Back within 3 again. Zoe Seppet serving. That's blocked back. Eck able to get under it. Blocked again, though. Lions and Schreck teaming up on the block to bring Tampa within 19-17. Garrison looks for the sneak attack. That's mishit into the net, 20-17 Eckerd. Tampa still has 1 timeout. Eckerd has both of theirs for this set. Garrison to serve. That is sent right back. 21-17. The Tritons are as close to taking set 3 as the Spartans are to catching Eckerd. Garrison. Oh! By a hair. Could have absolutely gone either way. 21-18. Just the second service error by Eckerd. Tampa has only 3 of their own. Wow! Soaring above the net to slam it home! Callie Schoening. The violation, though, on it. She was up there but hit the net. A potential major momentum swing as you hear the boos from below us. 21-19. Muscovin's attack deflected. Battle at the net. Nudged over the top. Kept alive by Tampa. That got the touch on it. Into the stands, off of Rivera! Schoening comes back in and is really active around the net. Committed a violation on that last point, but makes amends this time. 22-19 Tritons. Sklepek serving. The officials, at the behest of the Tampa players and staff, instructing the fans in the front row to be judicious in when they stand up and how far away from their seat perhaps they range. Timeout called by Tampa, 22-19. We'll step aside on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
Thank you to preferred partner of Eckerd Athletics, Cora Physical Therapy. For more information and to achieve a healthier you, visit coraphysicaltherapy.com, where patients with orthopedic problems, work-related injuries, sports injuries, and various neuromuscular and neurological conditions are always treated right. Thank you to preferred partner of Eckerd Athletics, Domino's on 34th Street South. For pizza, wings, pasta, salad, and sandwiches, think Domino's, just a mile from campus on 34th Street South. And when you're in the stands at Triton games, don't forget to cheer on the Domino's in-game promotion to receive.
Late stages of the third set, a match even at one set apiece, 22-19. Tritons leading over UT. Sklepek serves, sends a knuckler over the net. Kept alive on the Eckerd side. Eck for an attack. And it is sent back. My goodness, this Tritons front line, shorthanded, playing the freshman Muscovin, huge minutes or numbers of plays, I suppose, in volleyball. Not exactly minutes like you would say in basketball. Caught me on that one. She's been tremendous. Schoening's been really good. Young Johan's been great. That's in. Schranger continues to have a huge match. Claudia Rivera needs to serve 3 straight points to bring Tampa even. Eck, Garrison, and Tipa violation against the Eckerd College Tritons. There's 1 point served by Rivera. Timeout Eckerd, 23-21, a fight to the finish in set 3 on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
Thank you to preferred partner of Eckerd Athletics, Cora Physical Therapy. For more information and to achieve a healthier you, visit coraphysicaltherapy.com, where patients with orthopedic problems, work-related injuries, sports injuries, and various neuromuscular and neurological conditions are always treated right.
(23-21), Eckerd with the lead, but not in possession of service. Claudia Rivera has the ball in her hands for Tampa. It has been raucous here in the MacArthur Center. That is blocked back, and Tampa is within one. What a big point this is. Rivera can either bring Tampa even or send the Tritons to set point. This hits off a rafter, and it is Eckerd's point. Set point, kill for Antipa, service for Eck. Eck finished the second set. And a service error brings Tampa back within one. Still set point, but Tampa serving. Emily No to send it across. Antipa. A miscommunication. Tritons just need to nudge it over. Then some miscommunication on the Tampa side. Bodies everywhere. Eck, Garrison, Antipa. Down on the Tampa side! Eckerd 25. Tampa 23. Eckerd leads 2-1. What an incredible effort by the Tritons. Teams switch sides. 2-1, Eckerd leading. We'll be back in 2 minutes, 30 seconds for set number 4 on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
A big reason.
Set 4 in St. Petersburg. The defending national champion, University of Tampa Spartans, trailing 2-1. Again, they have been beaten only once this season. In that match, Tampa trailed 2-1. Narrowly won the 4th set before narrowly losing the 5th against Nova Southeastern. Eckerd's hitting 154, Tampa's hitting 120. Tampa at the left end, starting with Zoe Seppet serving. And a violation against Tritons gives a point to Tampa. Seppet serving again. Moscovin's attack defended by Tampa. And Coors able to hit the line up the near side, or well, it was near for her. Far side for UNI. 2-0. Moscovin. Tampa deflects that attack. Sklepik. Lions attack, turn back. Here's Coors again, gets it through the block and gets it to the ground. Tampa jumps out 3-0. Schranger serves. That ball does sneak over. Wow, well defended, but too much to do for Tampa that time. Schoening gets the Tritons on the board, 3-1. Sklepik with a service error. Again, Eckerd not able to disperse their time on the floor nearly to the extent that Tampa has been. There are undoubtedly some tired legs looking to muster enough adrenaline to get to the finish line. There's a service error on the Tampa side. Eck serving. Over Lions. And Eckerd unable to survive the attack of Tess Schranger, who now has 10 kills. Coors has 12, Schranger has 10. Moscovin leads Eckerd with 10, but hasn't had one in a while. Antipa has 9, Young Johan has 7. 5-2, Tampa in front. Rivera serves. Young Johan's attack. Turned back by Rivera. And a successful kill for Natalie Perez. (6-2), Tampa in front. It's just going to have to be hit across with a fist punch from Antipa. Moscovin with a nifty touch. Feel like that's one the Tritons really needed. Trying to weather this early storm in set 4 from the Spartans. That's long and was not deflected. It's Nikki Bechtold serving, by the way. A series of gentle hits right over the top of the net. And that is smashed way out the line. And Eckerd's looking for a call here. None of the officials inclined to give it. Didn't look like there was a deflection, so clearly possibility of a violation is what's being discussed here. Whatever the situation is, it's getting the conversation. It's not changing. Seven 4, Tampa leads in set 4. Emily No serving. Young Johan lofts it into the back line. That ball narrowly kept alive, has to be nudged over by the libero, Eck. And the kill comes from Haley Dillon. Tampa with so many weapons, as you would expect to see from the number 4 team in the country. Timeout called by Eckerd. It's 8-4 Tampa in set 4, but Eckerd leads the match 2-1 on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
A big reason why Eckerd succeeds on and off the court is because of the tremendous support we receive throughout the year. I want to thank the members of the Teal Society for your generous gifts to help fund our teams.
Even a small gift can go a long way to support our teams, such as scholarships, travel, uniforms, and many other things. Please consider joining our Teal and Steel Society today.
Visit EckerdTritons.com/give for more information. Thank you, and go Tritons!
Eight 4, Tampa leading in the 4th set. Emily No serving for the visiting Spartans. Garrison's set. Young Johan's attack is turned back. Eck bumps it high into the air. Another attack for Antipa. And another kill for Tampa. No, sends it across. Eck gets the first touch. Garrison bumps it up. Antipa having trouble getting it through that wall. Pushes a shot up over it. That won't work either. Young Johan blocks it back. Another long volley. Ball spins back onto the Tampa side. And killed by Haley Dillon. Eck hit off the ceiling, bumped across by young Johan. Sklepek, tough defensive play. Antipa passed right back on to the Eckerd side, and Garrison throws it down at the toes of Coors. But Tampa leads 10-5 after a 4-0 scoring run that just ended. Antipa serving. Coors with the initial bump. In. Sniped from left to right. Schranger with her 12th kill. Tampa asserting their dominance here in set 4 after Eckerd had kept them off balance throughout the first 3 sets. A competitive first set that Tampa surged late to win 25-18. Eckerd won 25-20 and 25-23 in sets 2 and 3. Garrison salvages a point for Eckerd. Schoening back on, replacing Eck. Young Johan serving. And that was deflected at the net by Eckerd. Haley Dillon has been playing very well in this 4th set. Now up to 8 kills on the match. Service error by Mackenzie Dufresne sends the ball back to Eckerd. Joelle Coulter back on, I think, for the first time since the first set. Hit by Dillon, who I just lauded how she had been playing. 13-8 though, Tampa still in front. And for the Tritons to avoid a decisive 5th set, they have work to do. Ball clips the net on the way over. And that ball unsavable for Eckerd. 14-8 Tampa. Coulter. And that ball falls out. Good job by Coulter not to react when that ball was blocked back at her, knowing it would fall wide. Now it is her turn to serve. Coulter, a low sinking serve. Eck unable to dig that ball up. 15-9. And Tampa able to hit it off of Coors. It deflected off Coors' knuckles. Now here is Eck. Eck has been the most clutch server for the Tritons for most of the season, sends it back left. The attack comes over the top from Schranger. Antipa lofts it, short middle. And deflected by Eck on the attack by Zoe Seppet, who gets the kill. And extends the Tampa lead to 16-10. Lofted over by Rivera. Back set by Garrison. The attack by Muscovin, driven back. Antipa knocks the ball across. And Tampa wins the war at the net. 17-10. Muscovin. Blocked back. Tampa keeps it alive. They got to get it over, and they do. Garrison, good job staying out of the net, and Antipa snipes the back left corner. Eckerd not ready to concede this fourth set. Bechtold up to check back in. Bechtold dances into the serve. Diagonally hit and out. Eckerd draws to within 5. Eckerd not able to pull off the block that time. 18-12 Tampa. Young Johan. Up into the rafters. Hit across by Rivera. Garrison. Lunging defensive save. Young Johan has the attack come right back at her. Garrison finds the corner. Do the Tritons have a run in them here in the fourth set? And a missed reception, a miscommunication between Bechtold and Eck. That pass carried too far. Easy pickings for Haley Dillon. Hit first by Antipa. Garrison tries to go on the attack. Coors. Eckerd able to snag a late point on that deflection. But still down 6 here in the fourth set as young Johan serves. Hit wide. (20 to 15). Eckerd keeping it alive. Garrison, Coulter. Coulter's got to hit it across and does. Left-handed attack is blocked back in the middle by Schoening. Tritons within 4, timeout Tampa. We'll take a break on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best.
As Sweet Caroline rings out throughout the MacArthur Center. Eckerd trying to put some late pressure on Tampa in the fourth set. Tampa trying to get this thing to set number 5. It's 20 to 16. Eckerd serving. Young Johan sends it into the back row. And Eckerd unable to get it back across. 21-16. And the timeout pays off for the Spartans. Garrison snags a point back for Eckerd. Back to within 4. Muscovin coming back in. Coors pummels that ball off Antipa. Well-placed sinking serve. What a fine hit by Coulter. Tampa at one point looked like they were absolutely going to run away with this fourth set. Best they could do was win it by the same margin as set 1. Still alive, comes back to the Eckerd side, pushed across the top of the net. Rivera calls for it. That's hit out long. Eckerd within 3 at 22-19. Each team does still have a timeout left. Coulter lunges into her serve. And a successful kill for Lions. The Tritons thought they had kept it off the hardwood. Doesn't go their way. Lions again in the middle. Brings up set point for Tampa. Tampa on the cusp of forcing a decisive fifth set. Eckerd will use a timeout. And a smart move, not just strategically, but a chance to get a breather. We'll take a short one as well on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
Thank you to preferred partner of Eckerd Athletics, Cora Physical Therapy. For more information and to achieve a healthier you, visit coraphysicaltherapy.com, where patients with orthopedic problems, work-related injuries, sports injuries, and various neuromuscular and neurological conditions are always treated right.
(24-19) set point for the Tampa Spartans in set 4. Served by Coors, a service error. Both these teams have expended a huge amount of energy. Eleven Spartans have played. 9 Tritons have. Coors goes with a soft attack. Down the middle of the floor, a diving defensive play for Tampa. And sniped. Set point for Natalie Perez. 25-20. Tampa takes set 4. Set 5 coming up in just a few minutes. We'll see if the Tritons can rally and pull off the upset on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
Street South. For pizza, wings, pasta, salad, and sandwiches, think Domino's, just a mile from campus on 34th Street South. And when you're in the stands at Triton games, don't forget to cheer on the Domino's in-game promotion to receive 1 free pizza.
Here, our mission is to move you, to challenge your thoughts, to keep you paddling onward. No bricks and ivy, but sun and sand, where learning happens everywhere, even here. A home for the adventurous, the doers, the free thinkers, and the best friends. Where we push you to become a better citizen, problem solver, creator, for the careers of today and new ones on the horizon.
bonds we have there and the relationships I've built is something like I wouldn't be able to find just anywhere else.
It's just different types of people, so just seeing the new faces every day, having different types of conversation, seeing people are from everywhere at Eckerd College.
I would say the environment, the community, like the people that I've met, is just so awesome. Like, I know that after college, like, I'll have lifelong friends, and I don't think I'd be able to get that anywhere else.
Thank you to preferred partner of Eckerd Athletics, Ferg Sports Bar and Grill. For 30 years, Ferg Sports Bar and Grill has been the official gathering spot for Tampa Bay Rays fans. Located in downtown St. Pete,
Set 5 upon us here in St. Petersburg. I'm Nate March. You've been watching a dandy on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Even 2-2 after 4 sets. Tampa won set 1, 25-18, and set 4, 25-20. Eckerd won set 2, 25-20, and set 3, 25-23. Eckerd starts with the serve. And Tampa collects the first point of the 5th set. Bumped across by Eck. And that is hit long by Schrenger. The first kill by Tampa was the 15th for Callie Cord, so has really come on strong late. No surprise there. Eck serves it across, a miss hit. Tampa somehow manages to get it over. Antipa off Rivera. Well, this one just has to get across and does. Another long volley, and it sneaks down on the Tampa side. Remember, 5th sets go to 15. Eck serve into the back row middle, played first by Rivera. Knocked up into the air by Coulter, who then comes on the attack. Blocked down! Young Johan was there! Eckerd has not won a match that has gone the full 5 sets this season. They lead 3-1 here in the 5th. Eck serving. Another sinker into the back row. Another well-placed block down. Tampa barely able to nudge it over. Perfect placement for Garrison. Young Johan's attack hit back at her. Is it in? No, wide. Overruled. Muscovin's 13th kill. Blocked down again, and Tampa's in trouble. Coach Katanak to his feet. Timeout, Tampa. It's 5-1 Tritons in the 5th set. You're watching the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
Fergs encompasses nearly 2 city blocks with both indoor and outdoor seating with live music. When watching your next Tampa-based sporting event, check out Fergs. Thank you to preferred partner of Eckerd Athletics, J. Harper Consulting. J. Harper Consulting is Florida's definitive network of vetted contractors serving insurance carriers and clients. For your next contracting project, check them out at jharperconsulting.com. Thank you to preferred partner of Eckerd Athletics, Novak & Powell. To achieve your financial life on better terms, thank the financial service advisors of Novak & Powell at novakpowell.com. Novak & Powell helps from managing and preserving your wealth to leaving a legacy for your loved ones.
Eckerd with a 5-1 advantage and service in this 5th set over 4th-ranked Tampa. Eck lines it across at her counterpart. Great defensive positioning. Eck turns into the setter here. Well-placed attack from Muscovin. That is in. Tampa needed it and got it from Natalie Perez. Here's Claudia Rivera to serve. Here's the back set, young Johan. Rivera plays it across the floor. Garrison has to turn into the defender there. Muscovin. It was deflected and it lands in anyway. 6-2 Eckerd. Muscovin off. Nikki Bechtold to serve. 14 kills for Nyla Muscovin, whose previous season high was 5. Low sinking serve for Bechtold. That hit a light fixture and came down on the back of young Johan. Emily No to serve. Sent right at Eck. Antipa! Able to force it through. 7-3. And Antipa will be serving. She has a dozen kills. 14 digs as well. Service error. Top of the net, unyielding that time. 7-4. Tess Schranger to serve. Coulter, played by Rivera. And the block unsuccessful in the middle for the Tritons. Tampa back within 2 at 7-5. There's Garrison set, Coulter's attack, long. And now timeout, Eckerd. We'll keep it here. Tampa trailing Eckerd 7-6 in the fifth set. It has been a close battle all night long. Eckerd on a 3-game winning streak into the match, trying to avenge an earlier season defeat against Tampa that had ended what at the time was a fantastic unbeaten start to the year for the Tritons, as they reeled off their first 9 wins right in a row, lost to Tampa, lost 3 more in a row. Now have won 3 straight, trying to make it 4 in a row. This match was rescheduled because of Hurricane Ian. Fans still showed out, even on the new scheduled night. It has been raucous in here. It has been an incredible performance by both teams, battling throughout. Callie Kors got off to a slow start, but has roared back. She has 15 kills. Tess Schranger has 13 for the Spartans. Eckerd's Nyla Moscovin, who has not been a major scorer all year. The freshman coming up with the game of her career so far for the Tritons. Tampa trying to draw even with Schranger serving. Battle at the net, won temporarily by Garrison. Garrison has her shot blocked back. Garrison able to get it up while tripping over Eck. Still kept alive. Coulter floats it into the back row to try to give the defense some time to recover. This is going to be a tough ball to save. And it ends up as Tampa's point, 7-7. 4 straight points for the Spartans. Hit into the back row middle. And a miscommunication on the pass. Or maybe just a missed pass altogether off the hands of Garrison for young Johan. 8-7, Tampa goes in front. Teams switch ends for the final time. And again, I'll ask the question, what do the Tritons have left in the tank here? Big attack by Coulter. Close to the net. Batted across. Here is Eck. This time young Johan able to even the score. 8-8. Young Johan springs into her serve, a low sinker. Long! Deflected. Eckerd deflected it. 9-8 Tampa. Each team with 1 timeout left. Coulter has her shot blocked back, able to recover and knock it back across herself. Out! Hit wide, it's 9-9. Garrison serving for Eckerd. Skims the net on the way over for an ace. 10-9 Eckerd. Garrison puts it back row again. Here's Coulter. Long and no deflection. 10-10. Sklepek comes back on. Muscovin scores for the Tritons! So Agata Sklepek takes over service. Tritons up 11-10 over the number 4 team in the country. A sinking serve into the back left. Block back at the net, gets down on the Triton side. Tampa wins the battle right at the tip top of the net. 11-11, and the Spartans take back service. Callie Kors, leading scorer all season long for the Spartans. A service error. Served out the back. 12-11. Momentum swinging back and forth. Tritons trying to pull off a stunning upset of the nation's number 4 team. Ashley Eck. Another heavy ball off Eck's-hand serving. Deflected in the back row. Looked like it would carry long, but Sklepek attempted to make a play, and the ball ate her up. 12-12. Eck's long runs of service, including when she finished off set 2, had been so key to the Tritons. Not there for them here in the 5th set. Rivera. Young Johan. Rivera right there to answer again. Here comes the attack for the Spartans. Another kill from the right side by Natalie Perez. And now Tampa leads 13-12. Eckerd waiting to substitute. Coulter coming back on, replacing Agata Sklepek. Another serve for Claudia Rivera from the middle of the floor. Uses her runway. Garrison with the setup. The attack doesn't make it over cleanly. Tampa keeping things alive. Nearly a collision. Young Johan bats it off. A pair of Spartans and a violation against UT. Even again at 13. The fans starting to go crazy again beneath us. Bechtold on to serve. What a huge moment here. Nikki Bechtold dances into her serve. Perez, playable for the Tritons. Long! Perez hit it too long! Set point, match point for Eckerd, 14-13. Timeout, Tampa. We'll keep it right here. Tampa, every time it's looked like they may have a chance to jump in front, they haven't been able to really get a concerted momentum of serves since that 4-0 run. The Tritons have the biggest serve of their season coming up after this timeout. Tritons break their huddle. Triton's first back to the floor out of the timeout. 14-13 in set 5. Game point, match point. Biggest serve of the season. It's Bechtel. Into the back row. Just has to be nudged over by Perez, who gets the attack to try to clinch it. Stella Antipa finishes it off for the Tritons. Oh my goodness, the Tritons have knocked off 4th-ranked Tampa. Antipa delivers the big blow to the back right corner. Eckerd has won 4 in a row. First time since 2011 that the Tritons have beaten Tampa. More than a decade trying to get that monkey off their back, and the Tritons upset the Spartans here inside the MacArthur Center in front of a raucous crowd of students and fans. What a fun night here in St. Petersburg. Final scores as Eckerd takes the match 3-2. First set went to Tampa 25-18. Eckerd bounced back with 25-20 and 25-23 victories. Set 4 controlled mostly by Tampa, 25-20. And in a back and forth 5th set, Eckerd stuns the Spartans 15-13. Nyla Moscovin coming from nowhere with 15 kills. Stella Antipa, 13 kills, none bigger than the blow to bring it to an end. Kaylee Kors was excellent for Tampa, 16 kills. Tess Schranger had 13. For Eckerd, Kristen Garrison had 38 assists and 14 digs. Emily No had 31 assists and 17 digs for Tampa into defeat. Records after the outcome of this one, the Tritons win their 4th straight to improve to 13-4, 5-4 in conference play. Tampa slips to 14-2, 7-2 in conference play. Thank you so much for making Tritons Volleyball a part of your Tuesday night. I'm Nate March. You've been watching the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Have a good night.